Hi Year 4. So today's maths lesson, doing the opposite of what we did yesterday, you're going to be converting smaller units to larger ones. So your learning objective is still the same, to be able to convert common units of length, which we're working on yesterday and today. So when we convert smaller units to larger ones, we have to divide. So if you remember yesterday you were doing multiplying by 10, 100 and 1,000. We're doing the opposite today, we're going to be dividing by 10, 100 and 1,000. We use the same method, but because we're dividing, rather than moving all the digits to the left, we're now going to move them in the other direction to the right. So we have a quick look at this. When we're timesing, we move the numbers to the left. So when we multiply by 10, if you remember from yesterday, when there's 1 0, we move it one place. We times by 100, there's 2 zeros, so we move all the digits 2 places. When we times by 1,000, there's 3 zeros, so we move all the digits 3 places, and that's going to the left. Whereas with dividing, which is what you're going to be doing today, it's still exactly the same pattern, but we're just moving them to the right. So when we divide by 10, there's 1 0, so we move the digits one place to the right. When we're dividing by 100, there's 2 zeros, so we move all the digits 2 places to the right. And when we're divided by 1,000, there's 3 zeros, so we move all the digits 3 places to the right. So try and remember that, and then hopefully you shouldn't go too wrong. So let's have a little go first. So it's still the same measurements we're dealing with, millimetres and centimetres. So we know now that there are 10 millimetres in 1 centimetre. So we're dividing by 10. So we're dividing by 10, then everything moves one place to the right. So the first example, a question asks us to find out how many centimetres are there if you've got 6 millimetres. So, if you've got 6 millimetres, we've got to move everything one place to the right. So my decimal point doesn't move. My 6 jumps over my decimal into the tenths column. Now at the minute, it just looks like 6. You've got to bring your decimal down. So you could have 0.6, or you put a 0 in front of it. It doesn't change the value, but that was just how we say it correctly. We say 0.6 or 0.6. So 6 millimetres is equal to 0.6 centimetres. All the digits moved one place to the right. And the next question is asking us to convert 85 millimetres into centimetres. So I write my 85 underneath. Now we're dividing by 10, so there's 1 0, so we're going to move one place. So the 5 jumps over my decimal to the tenths column, and my 8 moves into the units. So you've got your new number there, 8.5. So 85 millimetres is equal to 8.5 centimetres. Okay, so now we're moving on to centimetres and metres. So from yesterday, again, you should remember that there are 100 centimetres in 1 metre. This time, we're dividing by 100. Now there are 2 zeros in 100, so how many places are my numbers going to jump? Have a think, how many places are my numbers going to jump this time if we're dividing by 100? Well, what you should have come up with was 2 places. So well done if you got that. So the first question asks us, 600 centimetres is equal to how many metres? So, right in my 600, everything's jumping 2 places. So my decimal point stays where it is. The first 0 jumps into the hundreds column. This 0 here, 1, 2 jumps into the tenths column. And the 6, 1, 2 goes into the units. So this is my new number here, 6.00. Now would we write 6.00 or would we write something else, do we think? What do you think? That's right, all you need to write is just 6. So you can forget about those. They don't add anything to your number. So 600 centimetres equals 6 metres. The next example is asking us, or the next question, sorry, is asking us to convert 85 centimetres into metres. So again, we're dividing by 100 because there's 100 centimetres in 1 metre. So we're moving all the digits 2 places. So 5 goes into my 1, 2, into my hundredths, and 8, 1, 2 goes into my tenths. If I can put a 0 there, now I've got 0.85 metres. So 85 centimetres is equal to 0.85 metres. Okay, so let's look at the next one. So we've divided by 10 and we've divided by 100. The next one we're going to do now is divide by 1,000. There are 1,000 millimetres in 1 metre. So if we're dividing by 1,000, how many places are we going to be jumping this time? Have a think. That's right, it's 3 places. And to help us remember, 3 zeros in 1,000, we jump 3 places. So the first question asks us to convert 6,200 millimetres into metres. So we're jumping 3 places. So this 0 here will go 1, 2, 3, all the way down in my thousands column. The next one will jump 1, 2, 3 into my hundreds column. And then the 2, 1, 2, 3 into my tenths column. And the 6 goes into the units. Pen's going a bit funny there. Let's try and do that one again. A 6. So the new number now, 6.200. So again, you don't need to write those zeros. So you can just write 6,200 millimetres is equal to 6.2 metres. All the numbers jump in those 3 places because we're dividing by 1,000. The next question asks us to convert 850 millimetres into metres. So again, we're dividing by 1,000, so we're jumping 3 places. My 0, 1, 2, 3, down into the thousandths. My 5, 1, 2, 3, into 5, into my hundredths. And the 8, 1, 2, 3, into the tenths. So this time we've got 0.850. So you can add a 0 if you want to. You can get rid of the 0 on the end there. So your answer, 0.85 or 0.85. So 850 millimetres is equal to 0.85. So the next one we're going to look at is kilometres and metres. So hopefully from yesterday you will have remembered that there are 1,000 metres in 1 kilometre. So again we're dividing by 1,000. And if we're dividing by 1,000, then we are moving 3 places to the right. So 60,000 metres is equal to how many kilometres? So I move them all 3 places. So this 0, 1, 2, 3 ends up down here. This 0, 1, 2, 3 ends up there. This 0, 1, 2, 3. This 0, 1, 2, 3. And my 6, 1, 2, 3. So there's your new number, 60.000. So we don't need those, because that doesn't add anything to our number. So the answer there would be 60 kilometres. Each digit moved 3 places. And the next example, 85 metres. It says millimetres. 85 metres equals how many kilometres? So jump in 3 places. 5, 1, 2, 3. 8, 1, 2, 3. Now this time, we can't have point and a blank, then 8 and 5. So what do you think we need to put in the space there this time? Think carefully, what number are we going to put in the space? That's right, you should have guessed a 0. Doesn't change it, but we can't have a blank space. So, my new number now. We moved all the digits 3 places and we put in the 0 there in the tenths column to build the number up. So 85 metres is equal to 0.085 kilometres. So, you'll remember this sheet from yesterday. If you get it out again, because this will help you with today's task. And you're going to be using the bottom half of it today. So yesterday we did this because we're multiplying, but today we are dividing. So look carefully at what the question is asking you in the textbook and think which stage on the sheet there that you need to use to help you decide whether you're timesing by 10, 100 or 1,000. So today's task, you're going to be reading page 228 and 229, and then you're going to complete exercise 19.4. Okay, good luck.